Good evening. Hello, everybody. I've not got a face paint on today. I'm not as handsome as I was last time, but thank you anyway. Good evening, Francois. Thank you for turning up. I know I've changed time on this a couple of times. I was going to go at 10, but then I had the chance to come on more than normal time because, well, I ended up not going to the thing thought I was going to go to. Just got to get a cup of tea. 1 second. Sorry. Thank you. It's hot. That is really bleeding hot. So let's put that there out of the way. So, I'm in the way there. I'm in the way. Yeah. So if I do this, good evening, Ali. Now, just so we're all roughly on the same-ish page, I've been cutting these things out. These like church things. Well, I have started to measure, and I ooped it up a bit. I ooped it up a lot, actually. So I'm just going to try my best to move all this as one, but it's not going to because them pins aren't very good. And there are pins in there that will just about hold that in place if I really, really ask it nicely. But they don't like it. So I've tried putting a wall on. Good evening. Good evening, Joey and Buzzard. Thank you very much for coming to join us. Oh, thank God someone is live. Yeah, just me this time. Trying to build the church and it's not working very well. I should have planned it. I'm not a construction worker. I have no idea how to build a building. So structurally, I ain't got a clue. So I'm trying to figure out where walls and stuff should go. So to do that, I'm trying to eyeball it, which to line it up with where the slats would be with the window. So eventually I'm going to end up chopping that final window off to meet up with this piece that's gonna eventually be 4 of them to make like a central pillar. And then this one, which is the other one, comes off like, I'll do that. Then this one comes off like down here, which then means that I need to figure out what that space is going to be in the middle. Yeah, maths. Just what everyone wants on a painting and modeling stream. They want maths. So yeah, I've got maths to do, and I need to figure out a better way of getting these to join than this. So at the moment, I've got chopped up paper clips to use as very small little pins, and I've literally just poking them through to hold it into the rough place where I want it. And then that happens a lot because none of it's glued in. Move the snippers because they're in the way. And you still see these still pins literally sticking out of that one. So pop you back on there for a minute and try not to poke you through my fingers. That helps. Pop you back. That hurts. Word to the wise, if you're going to use small metal rods as pins, make sure the top of them is not sharp and pointy because it hurts. You like, yeah, but this isn't the type of poking you like, Joey. This is the painful type of poking. This is the poking that you generally don't want to do if you can at all avoid it. So we have the measure. We have what would be the rough measurement for, or the rough guide for the first buttress into that window. Then we need the measurement for that one. So from there to there, oh God, it would be approximately 5 inches. And that makes 2.5 to there. So to make the corner piece, I'm going to have to make a 2.5 inch by 2.5 inch section for this piece. No, I can't do the splits. I haven't got a clue, and I don't intend to try that one out, Joey, because It's painful. I also have a pair of jeans on. Not ideal for finding out. Yes, they would help to do that, but I don't know how to make them. That's the problem. I am not in any way, shape, or form an engineer. So for me to make something like arch cables, I might have even made them, and I don't even know about it. So who knows? Who knows? What I do know is I want a 3.5 inch tall, 2.5 inch long wall twice. That's easy. That sounds easy, doesn't it? You would think it was easy, after all this time. Oh yeah, I would definitely rip the crotch, but I've already destroyed one pair of jeans in that fashion this year, so I don't wish to do it again. It wasn't the crotch I blew out; it was the arse. But same thing essentially. I put too much pressure on the fabric, and it went. And now Sparkle's laughing because she's remembering the exact time it happened, because she was absolutely in hysterics then as well. It's nice to know I make you laugh. Nice to know I make you laugh. I think I have a picture of it somewhere as well. I mean, it is a full on. Wow, you ripped the ass right out of those jeans, didn't you? Yep, I did. No half metal. Oh, 3.5 inches is up here. So that's where I want my 3.5 inch mark. I want it all the way up to there. Now, in theory, if I measure 5 inches across and split it in two, that should work. See, you all should be laughing with me because you know for a fact that my plans just do not go well. My plans just don't work. They never do. Oh, sometimes they do if I have happy accidents, but eh, how often do I genuinely have happy accidents? Not that often, really. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little bit extra on, so then I can do one at hopefully about the thickness of the actual wall itself, so then I can put a pin straight through, glue it together, and get them set. Yes, that was a plan you've just heard, and yes, I'm aware of what I've just said. I am. Let's see if you got. I'm trying to channel all the good energy that everyone's sending to me. All the go on, you can do it wishes that I really hope I'm getting sent. Possibility I'm not, but you can hope. You can hope. And then we come down on that line. Good evening, Kitbash. Quick drop as usual. We are trying to keep up the work. Going more your style this time. So no actual plan, no actual template anymore. I did use some templates, but this one's they've just gone right out the window. And then we see where we end up with at the end. So now I need to find the 2.5 inch mark. Which is approximately. I'm not saying for definite because, well, if I've ever actually tried to do something accurately and to the point, and that is not one of my hairs, that is way too long. You can tell it's not one of mine, see? Definitely not one of mine. I mean, if you want to pop up, Kit Bash, and give me some help tips, I will quite happily take cheers. In fact, I can. Because I'm on StreamYard and I won't be doing this. No, I wanted you to right click, copy. Thank you. Right click, paste. Now I have no idea if I've ended up with the right one or not there. I'm going to pop that up and I'm going to quickly nip into my own chat, listen to myself talk to my own chagrin because I do not like my voice. How anyone stands it, I don't know, but thank you for doing it. Thank you a lot. And I had to come in at that point, didn't I? Right, there we go. I'm not in at that point. I've gone out, I've ran, I've pinned that. So if anyone does want to come up, then there's a link. If you don't know how to use it, it's quite simple. You click on it and fill in the name, sort your camera out, sort your microphone and headphones out, and then click join. Then it comes up down here and see we have our first example. We have Joey from Square Table Degenerates. I had your t-shirt on the other night, Joey.
Nice.
I found it and I'm actually keeping an eye on where the fucking hell that thing is now. Because I lost it for so long, it was like, no, I can't do that again.
Yeah, I don't know where mine's at either, actually, to be honest with you. It's in a box somewhere. I got some like fucking t-shirts. I don't even know.
But I don't have many. I mean, I've got my hat from Alan, I got my t-shirt from you. So I try and wear them as much as I can on stream. Because it's YouTube-related paraphernalia.
Right, I gotcha.
Your t-shirt's in the wash at the minute because I can't constantly wear it all week and weekend. So your t-shirt's in the wash at the minute. I'm going to just. Could you throw a backstage message up for me, please, Joey, and just double check whether or not it's a yay or a nay for me? Just while I've got a knife in my hand.
What, you want me to answer the private chat?
Yes, please.
Do you want me to tell you what's going on? Is that what the deal is?
No, I just wanted to check. Right, no worries. That basically, I just wanted to check that that's what was being said. Whether or not it was a, I'll leave me down here, or yeah, let me up.
Oh, okay. I got you.
And in this case, it's a leave me back here. It's like yes, okay, yeah.
It says wanker accent is amusing to us Americans. It does sound. Les does sound like a group of old women getting slapped. That's what his voice sounds like.
Cheers. Thanks a fucking lot for that, mate. I like you too.
Like you ever hear like 3 or 4 golden retrievers eat a big bowl of Cheerios or Fruit Loops? That's what he sounds like.
Like that.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea. There's two types of Brit accents, bro. The ones you can fucking understand, the ones you can't. You can understand Laz, so he's in the good accent column. That's all we got to worry about.
So yeah, right. Oh, fair enough. So I'm in the you can understand me, so therefore I'm passable.
Right. Because sometimes you get people who you can understand them, but then the more beers you put into them, the less you can understand them. And if you get them with more people who are drinking or from the same area, you can't understand a fuck word they're saying. That's not just the Brits, though. That's any group. Any group gets like that.
You'd be absolutely screwed with me because I change my accent depending on who I'm with, and it can take me about half an hour to pick up an accent. So, for instance, if I was over drinking with you, give me half an hour with a bit of alcohol inside me, and I'll have an American accent. Send me to Scotland, I have a Scottish accent. Send me over to Liverpool, I end up with a Liverpudlian accent. I can pick up accents ridiculously easy.
I try to be overly American when I'm in an area, just that way people know who's taking over the area. It's fucking America. That's why I be loud.
Watching you walk through Wakefield was just a treat.
They fucking love me. All the people are coming out the houses fucking cheering me on like a parade, bro. It was great.
It was everybody literally. Are you American? Are you American? Are you American? Like, no, it's just loud and obnoxious for the fun of it.
Hey, I'm pretending. I'm really one of you guys. I worked out at the fucking flour mill. I'm just pretending to be an American.
It's like but you couldn't miss you walking down the street. In fairness, there was 2 of us that were like 6 foot plus at the time, and you were being rather loud. So yeah, there was no chance of anybody missing Joey's trip to Wakefield.
Yeah, we were quite loud too. Well, I mean, I was quite loud. I'm sure you guys were too. It's I'm not going to go out there and not be loud.
I don't realize I'm loud. That's my problem. People say I'm loud all the time, and I'm like, I'm not loud. It's like, yeah, your voice carries, mate. It's like, I'm not loud. Leave me alone.
I mean, I'm loud. I try to be cognizant of it. Sometimes sometimes you got to be loud. Some music's loud, or you know.
Even the missus just sat in the house. She'll
I need to get some
complain that
water,
my voice
bro.
carries.
I'm thirsty as fuck.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, don't choke on stream, please. I don't want to be the
No, I gotta
first
get some
death
water,
on
though.
YouTube. Yeah, I get complaints that my voice carries through the house. See, I don't think it's a deep voice, but apparently it doesn't have to be that deep to carry, as I found out the hard way. Right, so this is my attempt to glue and pin something in position, and as you can see, is going about as well as you would expect something from me to go when I try it for the first time. And I haven't been over to ask other YouTubers how to do things. Now I need, crap, see? Automatic already just fell apart on me. All I did was try and move it a little bit. So let's put you back on there. Put you up there. You in there. Now you hold still, please. Now this, hopefully, will become the section in here to go between those. And now it's like that, I can move it. So I've done the corner piece. Now I need to fill in what is going to be the flooring sections between this bit and this bit.
Oh,
I'm making them out of lollipop sticks because it was the only thing I could find remotely reasonable and possible that would work. So, measuring again. We've got lots of maths tonight. I know, I apologise to people who don't like maths, but
that's everybody.
we want it. I quite like maths, thank you very much.
I don't mind math, but I'm not going to sit here and act like I do it quick. I don't mind. The thing about math, I didn't like the story problems. I was cool with it when it was equations. You just plug the equations, you do it. When everything became story problems, I was done with it. This is fucking stupid. Not to get a translator. I don't give a fuck what X represents.
You see, so you didn't like algebra and all that lot. See, that didn't bother me. That was okay. I like that bit. It was fun. I know that sounds weird. I just sat there and said algebra was fun, but it was. But I've never had a problem with maths, so that might be why I found it fun.
I took up the algebra 2, I think, with trigonometry. I didn't go beyond that. Not in high school, at least. And then later on in college, I had to go up to, I think I took calculus for business majors. I got a fucking low grade. I just did whatever. I mailed it in. I was done with it. I was an older student, too. You know, I mean, 25 years old doing calculus. Like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, when you're 25 and they're all 18s, 17s. It's like, yeah, no.
Yeah, it was crazy. At spring break 02, bro, I was 25 and all those other kids were a lot younger. I mean, not a lot younger. It's not like I was fucking 38, but, you know, being 25 when there's 18-year-olds at the party is kind of wild.
Well, we can guess who's going to get the beer then, can't we?
Oh, that was Mexico. Fucking anybody can drink down there.
You went to Mexico for spring break?
Yeah, it was fucking wild. Cancun, man. 2002.
See, although it is still a long distance from, especially where you are in America, down to Mexico. That's a drive and a half. But it is only a drive.
There's no way. Well, I mean, Cancun, you got to keep in mind, it's on like if you imagine how Mexico looks, it's like a big hook kind of. Cancun's like at the end of that hook, so you'd have to go all the way through all them areas, and it would be like a 30, 40-hour drive from here. It'd be ridiculous. Through all them back ass fucking Mexican villages. I'm not trying to do all that. It's just so much easier to fly. It's no brainer because you just go literally a lot of times it's nonstop from the Midwest right to Cancun. If you stop over, it's usually in Atlanta or Dallas, something like that. But it's really easy to get there. They got so many charters that go to Cancun.
But it is physically possible for you to drive it.
You can physically drive it. You can, actually, I wonder how long. I should ask Google. Okay, Google, how long would it take to drive to Cancun, Mexico?
Depends where you're fucking starting.
By car, the trip to Cancun is 2 days and 6 hours with light traffic.
2 days and
Fucking
6
hell.
hours.
2
Dude,
days
fuck
and 6
you.
hours.
2
2
days.
days. Fucking hell.
And that's
Yeah,
straight
so,
too with light traffic. Angie, what's up? That's great.
hello,
There's
Angie.
a thing called, I got this infused one. It's called Super Bubble. And dude, this fucking thing, this Kim's gonna come here. She's like, "Oh my god, it smells like weed in here." Because I came in here and I was like, "Fuck, you could really smell that weed. Like this is strong smelling, bro." I was like, "It's crazy smelling."
Yeah, but that's usually a good sign, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I'm not saying the weed's bad. I'm just saying like if you were one of those, because not everyone likes to smell weed. If you're one of those people who didn't like to smell the weed, you come here, you'd be like, "Oh my god," you'd walk right the fuck out. This place is reeking right now.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, if you didn't like it, not the place for you. In my case, I'll be just raiding your ashtray going, why are you lighting this one?
Right.
And why are you lighting this one? Why are you lighting this one? This one needs finishing. Come on.
Drive to Mexico is how you have to emphasize 55. Yeah, that's not something you want to. I mean, it's. I'm not. They're good and bad areas every country, but it's no secret that a lot of Mexico is cartel held, and I'm just not willing to risk it. I mean, there was the place we went to in 2004. I've been to Mexico twice. I went to Cancun in 02 for spring break, and then in 2004 I was down in 03 or 04. I can't remember which exact year, but I was down in San Antonio for the Air Force, and we went to Mexico. I drove down. We parked in Laredo, got a hotel, and then took a cab across the border, going to Nuevo Laredo. And that area that we went into, it's not even there anymore. They don't even let Americans go there because it's like cartel held, and too many people getting shot and killed and stuff. So it was pretty fucked up.
Don't come here if you value your life.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. At the time, I look back at it, it was some sketchy ass shit. I didn't want to get into it. That was a donkey show trip. That was fucked up.
Yeah, I bet going off where you've been traveling and how much of the world you've seen, I can imagine you've been through some shit.
It's crazy. I mean, most of it's not too bad. In hindsight, there's a couple times I'm surprised I didn't, just get taken out back or something. And that was fucking Korea too. Korea was crazy, bro. I got fucking drunk as shit every night in Korea. I did not know how to get kicked out of the service that trip. I was wild. I think they just fucking, I can't remember what shift they put me on. It was one of the trips where just like, oh, fuck it. Just do what you want, man. I'm done. We're done with you, Varel. Just do what you want.
yeah, just go. Go. Well, as long as you can find the airport, you're fine.
We're trying to get some of my guard buddies to come on the show and talk about the old stuff, but everybody's all fucking sketchy about it. Maybe they're too afraid.
Well, this obviously you got up to some sketchy shit.
Yeah. Gotta have fun in life.
We're not talking about that, Joe. No. We swore when we did it. We swore the day after. It goes to the grave with us. I'm not going online talking about it.
Yeah, and I'm one of the. I'm not saying I'm not one of the crazy ones. I am one of the crazy ones, but in terms of like craziness and shit people did, fuck, there's way more than me, dude. There's some wild motherfuckers I met in the service, bro. Jesus, fucking insane motherfuckers, bro. Crazy as hell.
Well, you got the ones that wanted to go in and stayed, haven't you? And they're the craziest ones, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, we were emboldened too, because like in the guard, man, you get guys go in the unit, they stay in the same unit for 20, 30 years, then their kids join the unit, so it's like a family thing, like a firefighter, so they do it. So like you just kind of get to know people and you generally look out for yourselves. So you just end up doing some fucking wild shit, bro. Like we was at the up in Alaska in 2000, we was at the Hooters, and a couple of guys got drunk and tried to fucking steal the Hooters umbrella and put it on the fucking bus. And the guy.
Whoa, back up a minute. Hooters in Alaska.
Yeah, dude, the Hooters in Alaska is actually pretty badass, man. Because like
I've just got one question though: are their nipples always erect?
Well, it actually gets pretty warm in the summer in Alaska. I mean, especially recently, it can get up in the 70s. A little bit. Yeah, it's nice up there. Alaska's a beautiful area. But we were up there. It was in Anchorage, Alaska, and my one buddy had to bribe him. He gave him like $150 to not call the cops because he was straight ready to call the cops. And that same fucking trip, when we was parked at another spot, somebody took one of those Home Depot carts, like you carry the wood on it, took it, put it on the bus. So we were getting ready to leave. We had this fucking Home Depot cart in the bus. And one guy flipped out. He's like, "You cannot take the Home Depot carts back in the bus." It's like, what are we going to do with it when you get on base? Like, oh, yeah, we stole it from the Home Depot. Just ignore that part.
Yeah, just ignore that bit where we steal from Home Depot and we'll just carry on. We've got this nice car. I hope you like it. I've forgotten how many wide this is supposed to be now. No jokes about wide holes and gaping or anything, please.
Nah, you've been working on this for a while. I remember this from another stream, I think. I remember you were cutting them out, I think.
Yeah, we're doing that on last week, in fact. I've just got to figure out how many I actually need because I can't remember if it was 5 or 6 wide that I actually need this thing. I think it's going to be 6. And then I've got, I don't think I've got enough lolly sticks. I think I'm going to run out of lolly sticks. I've got any more lolly sticks in the cupboard. Because I think I'm going to run out. Because I'm going to need 6 per floor. Or 6 per set to join up to that one. As it says in the description, I should have planned. I didn't. I've planned about as much as you lot have to watch this. Which I'm hoping is not at all. Because if you actually plan, sit down with an idea in mind of what should be happening on these streams, then you're way ahead of me, never mind everybody else. I've got bits flying. I'm going to be dangerous with this. I've already hit my mic once and my cup. Why do things fly off when you chop them, Joey?
The worst is like, you ever cut nails, like toenails or fingernails, something like that?
Yeah, I've hit myself in the eye with that.
Goddamn shrapnel and shit, right? You gotta be careful with those, bro. You gotta be really careful when you're cutting those.
Yep.
Those things go flying. That's why I get as close as I can to the cuticle and I trim along because I don't want to do the top because the top is then it's a projectile. It's like when you're fucking, if you're mowing a lawn or something, you can't just go over the rocks. You got to raise the lawnmower up or else the fucking rocks are gonna start shooting. Same thing applies with nails. What's the question, Allie? Is it related to craft or just general shit? Because we can talk anything you want. Some stuff I might not know about, some stuff he might not know about, but let us know what the question is and we'll figure it out. We'll get an answer for you.
We'll always answer questions. Go ahead. Well, we'll at least attempt to answer the question anyway.
Yeah.
While Ali's thinking of her question, what the fuck is a tea cake? A muffin? A tea cake is essentially sweet bread with raisins in. Yeah, that's what a tea cake is. It's nothing fancy. I mean, it's nice. Cut it in half, toast it, put butter on it. Mwah, beautiful. But yeah, it's not special. Nothing special. It's just sweet bread with raisins or currants or sultanas or some kind of dried fruit. Joey and Les Twisted is trying to cut it.
I went to the thing I put on live chat. I didn't see anything. Tell them to type again, and we'll see what's up with it.
Yeah, I can't see that either. Twisted, right? Okay, I think he's. I think Twist is trying to. Sorry, I can't make this. Okay. I shall have a look, though, Twisted. I shall have a look, seeing as you are actually. This is because I have a. This is why I have a Discord. Right, so why... Good evening, Graham. So why isn't Twisted popping up in here? Now, that's an odd one. And I want to know why he's not letting people chat. Because if that's an ongoing thing that's happened in the past, and obviously people have been chatting and I've not known.
It's an issue for him. Apparently.
Right, so apparently it's been happening a few other places as well for Twisted. Sparkles is looking into it at the moment for me, Twisted. So we will find out eventually, hopefully. But Sparkles is looking into that for me while I'm trying not to chop my fingers off. Right. Where was you up, Joey? I'm lost. Where was I up to in chat?
And there was just Ellie commenting. That's it. You were good.
All right. Okay. But it's not working for him now. So, right. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there for Twist. That's a bit of an odd one. It might be something to do with his connection. It might be something to do with my channel. I'm hoping it's not the latter, and it's just a nice reboot for a router or something for him. That would be nice for a change, simple bloody result. Joey, how quick can you do a time conversion in your head?
Time conversion? Oh, it's +5, -5 right now, so it's pretty fast. What time zone we talking?
Okay. West Coast.
2 p.m. West Coast right now.
2 p.m. West Coast right now.
Right now, yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, that makes that nice and easy. So that means I won't be watching that then. Not that it's a huge issue right at this moment in time, but oh well. Right, so I now have, because I'm using my actual full desk for a change. If you can actually realise, but I've actually shifted all the paints and everything off everywhere. I'm actually using the full desk, which is very unlike me. Now I need something to glue these onto that's gonna hold in place and not be a complete arse to shift. Coffee stirrers. And I know glue gun would be better, but I've fallen out with glue guns recently because they've melted half my plastic and half my foam. So I don't like glue guns at the moment. That's it. Just launch that glue covered stick halfway across your desk. You absolute moron. Yeah, that's the one. With the accuracy of a Welsh gunner. That is not aiming at a sheep. Sorry for any Welsh people in there. That was a joke. I don't mean that.
Nobody is listening, bro. They're just looking at the craft. We could just be talking about whatever. It's like to show the view.
Yeah, just nobody pays attention to what's actually being said. They're all just watching the world.
Literally. That's the way I do it
themselves.
Well, it's like this, man. We're always our own worst critic, and people like never give me bad feedback. You're like, oh, I could have a little bit better in that part. Every time, oh, great interview, and it's like, and I'm not disagreeing. I'm not saying there, but there's like parts of interviews, certain people where it's like, oh, it wasn't as good, et cetera, et cetera. But usually it's not too bad. So it's like either I'm just that good, or there's just not that many other people who do it, or everybody else is just that bad. I don't know, but being your own worst critic is always a good thing. Not always. I mean, sometimes if you get too negative, you can be bad negative. But it's I mean, you always strive to be better.
But I've got a piece of advice for you. Never get Andy Dick up again. That guy was a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he's heinous, right?
Yep.
But the Andy Dick interview showed that I could just pretty much talk to anybody and it really doesn't give a fuck. And that's a lot to prove. A lot of these guys can't do it. A lot of people can't take whatever insult and they just take it personally and they'll just lose it. They'll fucking go crazy. I don't care, dude.
It's like, geez, just calm the fuck down a little bit.
Hey, literally, if anybody out there, I'm going to be the 100% most guy who just does not absolutely care. I really don't care. It's too late in my life to care, and I'm just here to have fun, man. If somebody wants to go off on a tangent, whatever, have fun. Wake me up before you go.
Yep. It's far easier that way. Although I do still get worked up about some dickheads. There are still some dickheads that can boil my fucking blood in this world. But usually it's face to face when I meet them people. And it's when they've got the smarmy looking down on me, you look at you type of look on the face. And then that gets my back up. But I don't meet many of them often now, luckily.
Yeah, most people are usually pretty chill. Because even if people are like trolling or whatever, they only do it for a little bit and they move on. They're not really here to whatever. Most people are usually pretty whatever.
Yeah, you can get away with most people quite chilled and laid back. But then you get the ones that decide, no, the world owes me fucking everything. And you're part of the world, so I'm going to make sure you know it as well. Ah, shit, I broke my pencil. Pen. Pen's better. You're testing your chest PS out in a minute, Graham. What, you've gone all the way from boots to the chest? Just for reference, Joey, Graham is building a cosplay suit, but he's building a cosplay suit of one of those armored guys that I paint.
Okay.
So essentially, Graham's building a suit of one of these.
Okay. Now, is this one of those, no, for lack of better terms, is this like a, one of those things, like you remember that movie when they were all dressed up like medieval guys and they were running around and shit like that? Is that what this kind of stuff is? Or is it like that, but with the Warhammer stuff?
I don't think it's for Graham to wear. I think.
Oh, okay.
I think he's making it for someone else, but it is.
Oh, it's like an order. I got you. Okay, makes sense.
I could be wrong, and he's about to correct me in the chat and go, "No, you're
I
absolutely."
was
wrong.
wanting to know if there's like a lot of bosomy chicks, because usually at those events there's chicks that like the titties, the cleavage popping, dude.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? You know about that medieval, like the Molly Malone statue in Ireland, bro. That kind of fucking cleavage. That's where.
Right. You've got right. Do this off screen because I don't want to get banned off YouTube, please. But you want Sisters of Battle with any of the little additions that you would like to see in the picture. So, knowing you, it would be Sisters of Battle's boobs. Titties.
Let me type in Sisters of Battle and see what comes up. Sisters of Battle, enter.
And it'll come up with essentially nuns with guns if you just type that on its own. But there are plenty of ladies out there who will. And seeing as it is the main female faction, it's the easiest one to go, well, if they're going to do it, they're going to do it for them.
That'd be a pretty expensive costume, dude.
You make them out of foam.
Oh, foam. Okay. I was going to say, fucking all the intricacy and they get like a design in the thing or whatever.
Yeah, you make it all out of foam. Pretty much the same kind of way I'm building this, just a lot more professionally.
All right, sir. I am going to go to a friend's house. I got a cookie sale I got to do, so I will holler at you. If you're still live in a couple hours, I'll come up and say hi. But I mean, you'll probably be in bed by then. But thanks for having me, my friend.
Timing is awfully weird. I've just told you to go look at something with boobs out, and you're disappearing.
This was scheduled.
Sure, you're going to your friends.
It was like 5 o'clock. She said she got off work at 5, so that's why we're gonna smoke. So it's on these cookies right here. That's $30 right there. I'm some big hungers, bro. Look how big them fucking cookies are. I'm so good with these. My friends are spoiled, bro. I'm telling you. I got friends out there that don't even smoke weed. They're like, no, I don't want to smoke weed. I'm like, it's fucking your loss, dude. You're fucking lost. I ain't got time for this shit.
No way. Oh, well. But you have good luck. You're fun then, Joey, because you're going to do something that I'm not.
Yes, sir. I gotta be careful. These fucking ones are strong, bro. These fucking infused ones are crazy strong, man. So
you got some infused ones.
Yeah, this here. I'll show you the package. It's called Super Bubble or some shit, but it's like it's got like fucking. I don't know what the percentage is because the fucking thing wore off, but 29%. I know, but it's really fucking strong. It's so good.
Really 29 is quite high. At one point, 25 was like the highest you could get, and that was going like White Widow level.
Right. And then it goes crazy.
Now you're going up to like 30s, and it's like, what the fucking Jesus?
Yeah, right.
This stuff's beyond stupid now. And it's
we'll see you around. Have fun, last ladies, man.
And you, Joe, have fun. See you later. And yes, I will carry on doing this with everybody else watching and listening. So, channel friend and favourite guest, as per usual, Joey Edibles from Square Table Degenerates. If anyone is still in contact with Twisted, because I can't type at the moment on Discord to try and resolve this, I can't see anything on my end, so it might require a restart or something at their end. Why am I struggling to cut through? I'm not actually struggling. I'm just trying to make sure it doesn't go flying into my cup of tea again. And yes, I say again because it's just done it a minute ago. The fun you get to have when you decide to make things yourself. So that's 2. So I need another 4 of them. So let's line up a little bit. Give it a quick mark there. Give it a quick mark there. And now I've got marks on both of them. That's nice and good. And I'll take an orange one and another plain one. Not that it makes a difference what colour they're going to be. They're all going to be spray painted and, well, painted and coloured anyway. Try and make sure any of the bent ones get straightened out a little bit. Even though I don't have a steamer or anything to do it with. Just got to do it manually by hand. Like this entire process. See where I screw up. Chuck it all in the bin and start again if I mess it up too much. Yeah, that is quite literally the plan. I should have planned better. I didn't. And now I'm figuring out why I should have planned. And that is so you don't get stupid things like this. Oh, right, so Twisted restarted and rebooted everything already, so it's not that. Yeah, have you cleared your cache, cleared your memory, Twisted, just in case? What else could it be? Have I just lost everything? Yeah, because there may be a cache over a full cache or a problem. You've emptied the cache and cookies, right? Okay, so they didn't help either. I mean, you can still just talk that way because it does actually pop up on my screen. So Twisted, if you can hear and you're typing away, it does actually pop up on my screen. I hear a beep every time Discord sends me a message. So if anything, I'm more likely to read yours than everybody else's who I don't actually see. I won't be having anything blaring out hymns, Maz. Nothing blaring out hymns, but yeah, I am making a full son of a bitch church. Or at least that's the plan anyway. So far, it is not going to plan because I didn't make a plan. Because while you were making a plan, I was being a man and winging it. But for some reason, I can't get these to... There we go. I have to be careful because there's lots of breakable things around me and I don't want pieces of wood. I have no idea where... That one's gone way across the other side of the room. Sparkles is just looking at me as though I've just aimed it at her and tried to shoot her with a piece of wood. Which I can actually do. If I just position it like this and then do that, I can actually aim at Sparkles and shoot these pieces of wood. Yeah, the cat will probably... Actually, no, the cat won't find it later, Twisted, because the cat's being lazy recently and just not doing anything. Believe it or not, I've had to put the cat bed under my desk to stop the cat from going there. That one hit the church and hit my cup.
There's two, but I don't know where they are.
There's about 16. I don't know where they are. Down there somewhere, that one. There's another 6. So that's going to be 1. That'll be the one for the second piece.
The cat down.
Somehow I managed to get one under the cat. Fucking excellent. I don't know how I managed that one. So it's going to be 1 from this piece to the equivalent. 1 from that piece, which is there. So glue backs onto this. But line them up first. That is a proper wonky one, that. Check that one out for a wonky one. Way curved. I think I should have more somewhere. but I don't know where they've all gone. I had like 2 packs of 100, and for some reason I can only find about 20. And I need to make at least 4 of these things, and then figure out how big a square in the middle is going to be when I get 4 of them and put them in a square. I've got to figure out this size of that section to make a floor for in the middle there as well. Oh, the joys of crafting. The joys. And we have the man, the myth, the Gildyman, the Graham Tabby Corner. How you doing, Graham? You okay, mate?
All right, you?
I am doing all right. What are you working on? Did you say you are working on something? You did tell me, but I've got a memory like a goldfish.
Templates at the moment.
Oh, you're making more templates.
Yeah. So I've put quite a bit on the midriff. Like the boots are scaled at 100%. So the template's set to someone 6 foot high, and I'm 5'9", 5'10". So I'm a couple of inches off. But I was like, fuck it. So I did the boots, and the boots fit. Obviously, the big thing I'm worried about is the waist and the chest. So I've printed off, because I'm waiting. I mean, so I was a bit silly and bought 2 rolls of foam.
Is that going to be enough?
No. This is 100 kilogram, so it's quite.
Oh,
it's you're meant to use this for details, but I didn't know that at the time. I just thought, oh, it's expensive. That must be good. I'll buy that. So I got 2 2-meter rolls, which cost me about 70 quid. And I think I've got 4 or 5 rolls coming tomorrow, which has cost just as much.
Say you got how many rolls?
4 or 5.
Right, I'm not making
10
one of
square
them.
meters.
I'm not making what Graham's making. Don't shout at me. I'm just getting in that there before the boss even thinks of it and goes no. Just making sure that nope.
My wife gave me permission. I got permission.
Yeah, I already mentioned that. I've already mentioned that. It was like as soon as you got permission, that was it. Boom, go.
I'm not 200-300 quid in now, but I am drawing the line. I think I've got. I don't think I'll have enough to do the chest and the backpack, but I think I'll be able to do everything else with what I've got coming.
So what you're going to do? 3D print the equivalent for the chest and the backpack?
No, I can't.
Why not?
Because I want to water gild them.
Can you not water? Oh, I mean, dipping it.
Well, with water gilding, you need so like this guy. He's acrylic gill. He's acrylic size.
Yes.
So he's shiny, but he's not. But he's not like a mirror.
Yes.
He's not mirror shiny.
No, he's just normal.
He's just very shiny, you know. So I just had the brainwave. Foam is porous.
Yes, it is.
So because it's porous, that means you can apply gesso. And if you can apply gesso, you can water gild, which means you can burnish the gold. So you can buff it to a mirror shine.
Oh dear God, who let this man out? Who let this man out?
The only caveat with that is it needs to be robust, which is why I went for this stuff, because it, like most you can get like 45 kilos, so that's per like cubic meter or something. I think that's how much it weighs. Yeah. So you get 45, you get 65, and you get 100. So I was thinking like the 100 will be more robust, so because gesso cracks. So I need it to be robust and strong enough not to move.
No, can't you add something like a PVA or something to stop that cracking from gesso? To turn it more into Mod Podge than gesso?
It won't be porous anymore, so you can't water gild then.
You're
sealing it doing that. which is another problem with the foam because you have to seal it before you paint it. So like these, I'm going to have, I mean, these will get gilded anyway, but I'm going to have to gild it first, then mask it off, and then treat the foam, which risks
seal it all in.
damaging the gold.
Oh. I thought I made my life hard by doing these stupid churches without a plan.
Yeah,
I thought I made my life
I've
hard.
not done anything like this in my life either, so I
Yep.
really am going in the deep end.
Graham will always take it 6 steps further. I try something with foamcore and coffee stirrers, and stuff you can get quite cheap. No, not our Graham. Not our Graham. I want gold leaf. I want the expensive foam, and I want a water gild it all. But essentially,
I just thought I've got most of the tools. Well, I've got all of the tools. In fact, the only thing I've bought tool-wise is one of these. Believe it or not, my Stanley knife was knackered, so I've just bought a Stanley knife. That's it. That's the only tool I've had to buy. Everything else I have, it's just foam. But like the difference between getting like a 45 kilogram foam versus £100 is like double, triple the price. That's why I've got so much coming tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I walked into
I know you've had the go ahead from the missus, but is she actually aware of what she's give the go ahead to?
Yeah. Well, I think her idea is she wants me to go trick or treating with my son next year in it.
Ah.
I'm more thinking I want to stand outside the door wearing it and then scare the shit out of the kids when they come.
Make 3D print a bolter, put a few electronics and a speaker in it. So when you pull the trigger, it doesn't just sound like one of the little guns. It goes boom, 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 boom. Oh my god, that's gonna be brilliant. If you just stood at the door in attention, just don't move. And as soon as they come in, just go boom, 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 boom.
Well, it's like we get the village scarecrow trail as well, so can scare them then.
Oh, that'd be funny. Can I have a 40k costume for next year?
No.
Oh. Worth try asking, I suppose.
I've just told you how much it costs.
Yeah, she is watching as well, so she's fully aware of how much it costs now. She spotted it when...
it's going to cost. Yeah, I think it's probably about. If I'd have gone sensible and bought like the cheaper grade foams, it would have probably. I think it'd probably be about £200 all in. Which to say it's going to take me over a year to build, I don't think that's bad, really.
No, not really. Considering what hobby we're in, 200 quid's cheap.
So
200 quid's dirt cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're getting a life-size Space Marine for 200 quid. It's pretty good.
Exactly. I think it's probably going to cost me about 300 because I've gone a bit silly and bought the expensive foam without understanding. But
now you've got the understanding.
You
can always Etsy it and build more.
Etsy's expensive.
What, fees wise or
for foam? It's expensive.
No, I mean sell them.
Oh right, Christ no! Can you imagine how much? I mean, it took me. I mean, the first foot it took me a day. The second foot took me half a day, and then there's all the foam and everything else. Imagine how much I'd have to charge.
About £1.50 per suit. No, I'm being serious. About £1.50 per suit. But the grade that you've been making them up, yeah. Once you've got it down to I know what I'm doing now. You can knock them out in a week.
Really?
It's just like sewing. If I try to sew a suit now, it'll take me a year.
Yeah.
But I know it's physically possible for those people who are trained to do it in a day.
Yeah, I guess.
So once you've got it down to when I did it that time, I was doing that, then doing that, and doing that. What I should have done is just did all that at once and just gone boom, 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 boom.
Quite funny,
And
because on Etsy, where I bought the templates from, it said if you're a beginner, do not buy this.
Just answering Francois. Francois, no, this is Graham's making essentially a cosplay costume by himself. It sounds bad when I say it that way, doesn't it? He's making a Halloween costume. Sounds better. Don't get it in my brew. So you've got your 2 feet now. You're not just stuck with one left foot. You've got your legs are coming along, and you've got enough to do.
No, so that was why I had to order more foam last night, because this is 8mm, and I need the shins are mostly 10mm.
Oh, so it actually gives you the thicknesses that you need on the template.
I've not printed them all off yet, but this is all the instructions and all the templates.
Yeah, that's
so what's this?
Templates for this.
So the shin is mostly, it's all 10mm.
All 10mm.
All 10mm.
And you've been cutting it out of 8.
I literally take over the living room, and then I'm sat there across the living room floor, sticking these together and then cutting them out.
I see. I can empathise with that, because every time I do this, I take over the living room. Speaking of which, have they come back yet?
What I'll probably do next is I'll do the wrists.
Really
So this section.
getting updates.
Sorry, mate, I'm listening. I'm also checking on when my child's due home.
Yes, I'll do the lower arm first.
Do the lower arm first.
Next, yeah, because I've got the foam here, so that's all 8mm, so I can do that now. Before I went and did any more, I wanted to check if the actual chest piece will fit me. Otherwise, I've got a problem. I've got to figure out how much I've got to upscale it to fit me. At which point, everything else might look silly. If it's at the set scale, I might have to increase it.
Well, you said it's already scaled for a 6-foot person.
Yeah.
Then I doubt providing you can raise yourself a little bit, you should be all right. Stick a couple of platforms in the bottom.
Yeah. It's just
few
so like
inches.
if I have to blow the chest up from like 100% to 110, then it might look slightly out of proportion to the rest.
You being a space marine, you're not going to be in proportion anyway. Space marines are not proportioned. they threw that right out the window when they decided, they're going to be 8 foot tall, but only look 6 foot. Yeah, clever Games Workshop, clever. Although I still need to reach out to them and see if they're willing to do charitable work. Do you think they would be?
Games Workshop?
Yeah.
No. I know someone has tried.
That's just pissed on my fire. Thank you.
They do charity stuff, but they will only do their own stuff. They won't accept people approaching them.
They won't accept people approaching them for charitable reasons. Oh, well, that's a clever idea for a company that's not very well liked in the media at the moment, isn't it?
No, so what was he doing? Oh, it was Dave. I helped him. No, not the Dave you're thinking of. Another Dave.
All right.
He was basically I helped him do a bit. I gilded some parts and stuff, and he auctioned off, raffled off an army.
Okay.
And the only thing they would do was they put it on display for a couple of days in Warhammer World.
Right, no, that's not the type of charity thing.
But
I'm thinking.
they wouldn't make any donations. They wouldn't do nothing for it. They just told him to jog on.
So let me get this straight. They will send about 170 boxes of just terrain and other Lord of the Rings type stuff halfway across. In fact, no, the other side of the bloody planet for nothing. And now you are aware of who I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Yeah. So they are willing to do that for no profit whatsoever.
Yeah.
But when you can go, here's something you can write off by sending us same stuff, the stuff that's overstocked, that you're not going to be putting out, that you're going to be getting rid of, that you're just going to be binning, and you can now write it off as a tax write-off. They won't do it.
No.
That's stupid. That is
They
like
wouldn't-
the most dumb
They
business
wouldn't do it with
practice I
Dave.
can think of.
Poor Dave. He spent a fortune on that army out of his own pocket, and he didn't just do one army. I think he did 3, and he paid for most of the army himself.
That is just. I can understand them wanting. I know they're a business.
Pretty
they need to
cool
make
lad. He
money.
raised a lot of money for charity, but yeah,
But in that case, it was a single person doing something for a charity.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking more being associated with a charitable organization. So it'll be an ongoing thing rather than a one-off thing.
right.
So, for instance, if they was to say, do you know what Mind is? The group that
Yeah,
helps with mental health.
yeah.
So if they were
Good
to
and
contact,
fine.
say, Mind, for instance, and go, right, okay, we believe you've had interest from some of your people that this may be able to help them in their whatever they have with them.
Yeah,
Here's some starter sets. So basically, everyone's getting Space Marines and Tyranids. You don't get a choice in that matter. They wouldn't even consider doing that, do you think?
no.
No. Oh, fuck. Right, well, that's my idea out of the way. I'm screwed. Because I don't have any friendly local game stores, I'm actually going up to your neck of the woods-ish to get by the end of the month and it'll be
Alright.
just as easily as a friendly local game store as anyone around near me, because I don't have any. I was hoping to actually get a more charity-based one started by myself. Oh, thank fuck for that! I went in the way for that one. That went through my bloody curtain. But by the sounds of it, it isn't going to work. I don't mean coming up to. Yes, I think I've already told you I'm going to York at the end of the month. Towards the end of the month. I don't mean that's not going to work. That's still going ahead. But I don't think I'm going to end up getting a friendly local game store anywhere near me at this rate.
I mean, you can try, but I mean, they're so restricted, those guys, aren't they, and what they can and can't do.
Well, I was having a conversation with the organizer for the charities today. And when as soon as I mentioned to it, he said, like, oh, I'm going to have to go talk to my boss. Right, you go talk to your boss, then we'll talk on Monday. And now I'm going to be able to go talk to him on Monday and go, yeah, it might not be able to happen unless we can go try a different game.
I mean, if the charity approached them directly, they might have a different attitude.
Well, that's what I was hoping would happen. The charity would go for me and go, look, we have someone willing to do this for us. We just need you to do it with them.
Yeah.
Will you be able to? And then Games Workshop might be able to go, yeah, okay, seeing as you are an actual charity, you are a government-run thing, we'll consider it.
Mm.
It is a possibility. I can hope, I suppose.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
That's the idea. So I'm going to venture into it. So if in, say, 2 months' time, I'm all of a sudden sponsored by myself, you know why. There are another couple of things as well, because if all goes according to plan, I will no longer have my death company, Blood Angels, by the time the end of the month comes through. Which means I will have funding specifically for models. And I do want that bear with claws. I do. I've fallen in love with that bear with claws.
Yeah.
Basically the melee bear. If you could just scale that up to 120%, get it Redemptor Dreadnought size, so it'll proxy as. I mean, you got the Ballistus, the Redemptor, Brutalis. That's the one, and it'll proxy as a brilliant Brutalis Dreadnought. It would. So, guess where as soon as I get the money for this death company, guess where part of it's going?
Brilliant. I've got. I'm really far behind. I've literally just photographed these.
Let me bring you up back.
Which so these are more for role play. So like we've got.
Oh, that's nice.
Right.
Anyone want to buy me something, a jousting form of horse to send over to Arius and the Nation? This is where you buy them. There is another gentleman who may pop up in the chat called Arius and the Nation. Everyone will call him Dan. I call him Ringdinker because of jousting, not because of other things that you might think of. But he lives in Maryland, and their state sport is jousting. Set on horseback, dink, 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 like that, perfectly, just like that. There, just see that, see it, that. Yeah, if anyone wishes to purchase that, I'll paint it and I'll send it to Dan.
Yeah, so there's I've got medieval guys as well, but it's not just men; it's women as well. So it's nice. This one's really cool because it's got this one's got a bard in it. Where are you?
No,
I like the bard.
It's
a lovely model as well. They're so.
Now, are these upon Rogue's Den yet?
Yes. Oh no, not yet. I just
took
the pictures tonight before I start with this.
So they will be on Rogue's Den Hobbies.
Probably later in the week.
Let me just go have a quick. Where is it? I know it is here somewhere.
I've got
right click, copy link.
Feudal Japanese as well.
Make sure I'm in here. I'm just gonna pop the link to your web store.
Thank you.
In this case,
Samurai.
Oh, you see, there's so many nice models. Now I am in love with that bear though. So don't give me too many things I want.
Yeah, I actually this thing's crazy. So like, if you have a look at the fantasy section, they're all from the same Kickstarter at the moment. So I'm going to upload these 30, and I think I've still got 50 or 60 left to upload. So they're in like teams of 10.
That is a lot.
And I think they're designed for Dungeons and Dragons. But once I've got that uploaded, I've got Space Dwarfs.
What, as in squats, but a full army?
Yeah.
Sweet.
They're awesome. They look amazing. I can't wait. I actually want them I wanted them for myself, a bit like the Space Bears. So I couldn't give a shit if I don't sell a single one because I wanted them. And then I've got
the bonus. You get to have some nice models yourself.
I've got it's even an orc or a goblin army as well.
Please say it's a grot army. Please say it's a grot.
I remember that just landed. So I haven't actually got the files yet, but I've just paid for it yesterday on Kickstarter. And then I've got like an 80s style medieval. It's called the Royal Hunt, but it's like loads of archers and stuff like that. But they're like 80s, like metal style. They're lovely. The only problem I've got is that everything on my website is 30. It's like sort of based on 32 mil scale, and they're 28. So I probably have to upscale them, and then no one's going to buy them because they're most people who play medieval games like that play 28 mil, don't they?
I don't know. I don't play medieval games. I don't know anyone who plays medieval games.
I think they do.
That's more scale.
Very, very niche.
That's yeah.
It
Well,
was just
and
more like,
we
I
are
mean,
in a niche
it was
ourselves. But
£100. It was a lot of money, but it was like, oh, I need that in my life, you know.
yeah, there is £100, but you can go spend £100 on a Combat Patrol box set from Games Workshop,
Yeah. Well,
and
I mean, if I sell, I
you
don't know,
get
if I
fuck
sell
all
10
in
sets,
fairness.
the thing is, you spend £100, but if you sell 10 units, you've paid for them. You've paid for that
Paid for it.
license, and you're into profit.
Yeah.
Well, you're paying for your time, you know.
I am listening. I'm just trying to figure out where my little coffee stirrer has gone that I was chopping up. It's on here somewhere, which doesn't help matters in any way, shape, or form. There it is. It wasn't on there. It was on the floor. But I mean, if you can sell enough on to at least pay for the license, is the base minimum you would like, I'm guessing,
Yeah.
to cover your own cost of what you paid for the license, so you can print out the nice models that you like.
I mean, ultimately, I'd like it to replace my job. I don't think it ever will. But you've got
Yeah,
to try, haven't you?
I mean, I would love YouTube to become my job, but I don't think it ever will do because, well, I'm too much of an asshole, to be quite honest. I know that's the reason why. You can disagree if you want, but I'll tell you you're wrong, and that's what makes me the asshole.
What?
So I do understand that. I don't think YouTube will ever become my job. It would be nice if it did, because it's something I actually enjoy doing. I don't think I've had a job I enjoyed doing.
No, I never have.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, I don't think I've ever actually had a job I enjoyed doing.
No.
There's been jobs that have been morally fulfilling, but not enjoyable, because I got the
No, I just
No.
tell rich people how much richer they're getting.
Is that it? Is that your job? That
That's,
is so
I'm
much.
an accountant. That's what we do. Or we help them get richer.
So in theory, you should know how it works for you.
Hey, for YouTube.
No, for you. So it's like,
For me?
if you know how to
Yeah,
get
well,
them to
yeah,
get richer, you should be
I
able to
know
get
how to-
richer yourself off it.
I understand the principles of a business and all that crap, but
It's putting it all into practice and making it work.
well, it's part of it's having the time.
Yes, that is a
And
big
the
factor.
energy, especially when like, I'm in a kind of catch-22 at the moment. I hate my job. It's the only job I'm skilled to do. I'm very lucky. I get paid a lot of money. You know, I can afford to go
paid
buy
a reasonable
200
amount.
quid worth of foam.
Don't go shouting. You get paid a lot of money on YouTube. You get paid you get paid enough. You don't get paid a lot. You get paid enough.
Yeah,
That's the amount you get paid.
yeah.
We don't shout.
I get
wages
paid
on
enough
YouTube.
not to worry. But
Yeah.
the thing is, I get paid enough that it becomes a barrier for me to be able to step down.
Because if you then lose that amount, it's enough of an amount to lose the way you can't.
Yeah.
You no longer have that
personal
small buffer.
circumstances, stuff like that make that difficult for me.
Yeah, that's not good. That is
So
not
like
good.
the idea is, like my 3D printers, I've got three 3D printers. So like that, I love 3D printing, but my heart is in the, it's in the painting.
We have a question from Ali. Or should I say, you have a question from Ali. What made you decide to build a life-size suit for yourself? And is it for an event?
It's not for an event. It's just I've always wanted to do something. So like I tried D&D for the first time when I was over at Spiel in Essen, which I've been wanting to try for like a year or two.
What have you never played D&D before? Really?
No. I tried getting it. I tried organising it on on Discord, but it just didn't happen.
Right. Yeah, right.
I played it. So I played it with my mates in Essen, and it was awesome. I loved it. And I've always sort of like looked at like LARPing and stuff like that and thought that's quite interesting.
Okay, right. Now you just give me an idea, because there are plenty of shops within that city that would have a table for us to sit down at. I'm assuming if not, there's plenty of cafes where you'll have tables big enough for me to fit a
So,
small board on. You know, I have D&D characters painted. They just all happen to be cats at the moment,
so
and I have a fifth edition, the original fifth editions. Book set down there as well with a few other books as
I
well.
was
So
going to
I
buy the
can run
books,
these.
but they've just changed the edition, haven't they? So I'm a bit stuck.
They have just changed the
Because I know
edition.
everyone will still be on 5, but how
Well,
long is that going to last?
Well, that's the thing. The book set they've just released is still 5. It's still
Yeah.
5th edition. It's just 5.5. We've made some changes. We've made some quality of life improvements.
Yeah.
And we've chopped a couple of things around. The monk isn't shit anymore. You know, that type of thing.
Yeah, they were talking to me about it at S and with the guys. I mean, oh shit. Yeah. So, and I wanted, so my office is very sparsely decorated, as you can see. Very sparsely decorated. And the intention was always to decorate it. So like I had like all my ideas for when I was doing my YouTube stuff. So you know, like the bead thing.
Yes.
It was all stuff. Basically, that's on my desk over there where I work.
Let's bring you up big so everyone can see properly.
Yeah. So that's just there. It's sat above my desk where I work during the day, and then like I was going to do the video for the what do you call it? I want you to do that parody video. So that's how.
The which video? Oh, the parody video.
Yeah, parody of 2001: Space Odyssey.
Which video is that?
I didn't do it. I've done.
That'll be why I didn't recognise it.
I made all the props. Everything's ready. Everything's done. I just actually need to film it. But it just takes a lot of effort. But Hal's on my wall, you see. He lights up and everything. So like when I'm on a conference call at work, I turn the little light on to wind people up.
So you've got Hal on your wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've got that is the most geekgasmic thing I think I've ever seen. And I'm now coining the term geekgasmic.
Yeah. So like,
this is the origin of it.
All the videos and stuff like that, they were all like ideas that basically filled my walls. And that, you know, just because I'm not really bothering with YouTube anymore doesn't mean I don't want to do them all. And like some of them was like I want to build. So like there's spaces in this room, not so much now, but like next to my desk I could put like a Gondor armor set or some, you know, stuff like that. Like, and it's like this. This is so this is going to be a Raven Guard.
Nice.
I'm going to do one of every chapter in 30k, and then I've got Chinese casts of Forwatch World Primarchs because I'm not spending $2,000.
No, I mean those Primarchs cost an absolute fortune.
Yeah, I got them for £200 all 18.
All that's just over a tenner each. That's a bargain.
Yeah, from China.
See, everyone keeps saying, "I get this from China. I get this from China." I go looking, I can't find them.
AliExpress. I can send you the link to the person I bought it off, and he has.
Do you
realize
if you send me that link, my missus is probably going to delete it before I get a chance to see it. She'll keep the link up that says we can go glamping that Ali put up there. Thank you very much, Ali. You know, cheers for that one. She'll keep that link up there, but no, if you put one up there saying I can get models, if it's not little animals, she ain't going to let it stand. And she has full moderator control on there, so there's not really much I can do to stop her.
I'll send you on my service. You can't stop me.
See, so you and Ali can conspire on mine. We'll conspire on Graham's.
Yeah. So still want to do all this stuff, and like I wanted to do like like a banner, so like what the banners that they have on the big sticks above
Yeah, the big back.
the jump packs, the power packs. I wanted to do one
Yeah.
of those banners, but put it on the wall, stuff like that. And one of the ideas I had was like put
There's someone who's done that
cosplays of
already. Who is
Obama.
it?
And I just happened to find a Primark one, not the Primark, the Primaris one. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then, obviously, I more wanted to do medieval stuff because if I did ever decide to have a go at like, if I really got into the role play stuff, then I could go LARPing in it or whatever.
I'm just trying to think. I've seen somebody on YouTube who has got a Gondor helmet. I'm trying to remember who it is.
But yeah, I saw that, and my
I
wife was
remember
like,
who it is.
"You need to do that."
It's another mank wanker. Yes, taking into account I'm the mank wanker and counting as number one. This is another mank wanker, and he'll probably get pissed off that I'm calling him a mank because technically he's not, even though he's within the greatest city boundaries.
Talking about
Valrak.
Yeah,
he lives in Salford.
I 3D printed all his what do you call them? His purity seals.
Yes.
Put up on his board. I did all them.
Oh, awesome. So yeah, he's got a Gondor helmet.
Was he?
If you check that little glass thing out behind him on the right of the screen, you'll see that there was a Star Wars Rebel Fighter helmet.
Mm-hmm.
There's an Imperial Fist helmet, and there's a Gondor helmet.
I've not watched any of his videos in ages.
I tend not to watch much of them unless it's kind of right. This is what's coming out this week, and they didn't tell us. It's like I looked yesterday, and they said Saturday pre-orders is one book. You can get it in two formats: edition, or you can get the normal edition, and it's Lord whatever Solus. It's the book about him.
Yeah.
I
actually don't watch much. Now I'm thinking I don't really watch much hobby-related YouTube stuff anymore.
I still watch it, mainly because I get ideas. I get ideas to do stuff like this. I just realised I've still got You Are Big, and I'm supposed to having this. Hello, people. I'm still working on this. I just had Graham up for a little while. I thought you might prefer to look at his face than my mess of a desk or ugly much. Yeah, I still like watching them, particularly lore videos, because I don't get a chance to do the reading side as much as I would like.
Yeah. So
I still watch lore videos, Voldemort and Major Kill probably being the two that I watch most. Major Kill because I like his sense of humour, and Voldemort because that voice is just perfect for it. And he's a good lore teller, I've got to say. He's a really good lore teller. But it's mostly lore that I watch now. I don't watch battle reports. I've never been able to sit there and watch battle reports.
No, they bore me.
I mean, I tried to do one on this channel with Synscape via Tabletop Simulator, but I didn't have enough RAM in my machine at the time. So there was an entire building missing off my screen. And we're talking building similar to the size of the one that I'm building right now. It's not a small little bunker. We're talking full scale. This thing can block a riptide from line of sight. But I couldn't see it. So all my plans and all my strategies were around the fact that this section is open area. Only to find out that it wasn't. And everything just gone to shit because of it. Yeah. It's like, do you want to carry on? It's like, well, no, not really, because I have no reference of height or size for this building that I've got to try and get around, and that I've managed to trap myself behind a Land Raider with, and I don't know how that's happened either. So somehow I managed to trap myself behind their Land Raider next to a building that I couldn't see. Do I want to carry on playing that game? No, you're okay. I did another one with my friend on Necrons, and because we were still learning the rules at the time, that just took forever.
Yeah.
So it was like, right, okay, maybe know the rules a bit better next time.
I mean, it's a
Which
long
is why-
game anyway, isn't it?
It is at 2,000 points, which is I'll always play at 2,000 points because I don't. If you try and play anything lower, you always end up with that situation where it's like, oh, but if I could just fit that in, it'll finish it off nicely. I only need an extra 200 points.
Right.
With a 2,000 points, you can go a bit of that, 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 and I've still got some points left over if I want to double up on something or stick
Yeah.
a bit of extra something in there. So I do
So
prefer
3D
2,000 points.
I 3D printed my son a 2,000 point army because he doesn't like the painting side of it so much. He wanted to play it. He's done nothing with them.
He's done nothing at
He's
all.
done nothing. It's so annoying.
My son's shown interest in painting them because he's only 6, and I've told him that
Yeah.
it's a complicated game. You've got a lot
Mine's
of rules
12.
to read up on. See, no, once he's 12, hopefully he'll be fully into it by then, and he would have took over either my Space Marines or my Orcs. Because having 3 armies is excessive, apparently. So I need to get rid of one somehow. So if I can offload one of them onto my youngest, go there you go. I've only got 2 now. One of them's his.
Is it Jack at War Daddy Miniatures? He'll buy it off you. Just snap the end off my fucking blade. He's in York.
War Daddy, he'll buy them. Ooh,
Yeah, you won't get
whereabouts
much.
in
But
York? I offered to. I was pricing up to sell my Space Marines secondhand, to one of these "we buy your army" type places.
yeah,
Do you want
that's
to know
what
what
he
they offered me
does.
for? Do you want to know what they offered me for my tactical Marines?
Bugger off.
25 pence a model.
Wow.
And I'm like, well, I've got like 100. I've got 100 of them
25.
with 25 pence a model. So it's just like I would have got 25 quid for 100 models.
It's not worth it.
It isn't. So in this case, I'm keeping my tactical Marines. I'm going to put them on bigger bases, and they're going to become small intercessors.
Don't blame you.
All my assault guys are now assault intercessors with jump packs, and I'm just going to put them on a little bit more caulking on the base, make the bases a bit bigger. In some cases, it's just not worth selling them anymore.
No.
Which
No,
is a
it's
shame
good.
because it was a real good market for them. I just left it too long.
I mean, if you can be asked going through all the rigmarole of doing it on eBay and stuff yourself, then you'll probably get a bit more. Because that's all they're doing at the end of the day.
I have put some stuff up on eBay. I managed to pick up issue 5 of Combat Patrol. I managed to get a spare issue of that and sell that for enough to be able to buy the next issue, essentially.
Yeah.
So that worked out reasonably well. And I've got my out of print Death Company up on eBay at the moment. Hopefully, the 11-man squad with power swords and I think it's about 16 embossed metal shoulder pads from when they came in blister packs are in there. So there's quite a lot actually. Hopefully, I can get a good enough price for them, and they'll pay for everything that I need from you and Stubby. Because Stubby's got a lot of animal miniatures, and my missus have found out about them. And well, I'm doing.
I actually did think of you when I was looking through the the medieval one.
Go on, what did you spot?
That's got tons of animals in it, like deer and foxes and stuff.
Are they actually like realistic animals, or are these D&D animals?
Well, they're like 80 style models, but they're meant to look like deer. They're not like a deer holding a book. Oh,
right, okay. Because that's what sold these ones. Because essentially they are all D&D characters, whether you were rabbits, cats, dogs, squirrels, all sorts, with hats and staves and swords and daggers and books and. It's like, oh God, how many of them? 80. Oh, for fuck's sake. No. I suppose it gives me 80 weeks worth of painting. Keep me going for a year and a half. But yeah, that's what she wants me to go into with that, which is why I'm saying, right, fine, but I want that bear if I do. That bear's getting ordered first. And then we'll go to other things. Have I just lined them up the wrong way around like a dick? Yep, I have.
Oh, fuck it.
I'm an absolute tit head. Yes, Ali, only 80 of them. It's not many, is it? 80 small, tiny, little furry creatures. That are from the, I think
Are they
it's,
the cats that you've got at the moment? They're on Kickstarter, cats, aren't they? Or they
no,
were?
the cat. Those cats are from Steamforged Games. It's an actual 5th edition expansion
Oh,
called
right.
Cats and Catacombs. What's the dog one called? There's a dog one as well. But these ones are from Cats and Catacombs. So they're not a Kickstarter, these ones anymore. The other ones that I was talking about, yes, they were a Kickstarter. But it's now actually available. Or it should be by now. I hope so. I'm going to have to message and find out. And these walls do not want to go together for some reason. You little shits.
Reminds me, I need to paint all my stuff. All my I've got the entire Aliens game.
Did you get the box game?
In my loft, and all the expansions. I bought everything.
Oh,
I was led astray that day.
you were not. You were not led astray. You were led straight to where you needed to be,
I
so
love
that you can
Aliens.
get them.
Well, my mate was round for Christmas. This year, just gone, last year, and he stayed over for the night, and he ordered it. Well, I just, I had to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah. If you're ordering it, I'm ordering it.
Yeah, exactly. So we both got the entire range, and I just, yeah, I think I painted a few of the like decorative pieces, like the
Queen and the more centerpiece models.
computers and stuff like that, scenery.
Oh, right, okay.
But I've literally done nothing with them. And I was going to do a YouTube video on them. I had all that planned out.
That would have gone well, I would imagine. Because it's a franchise that everybody loves.
Yeah, well, it was
And
I wanted to do like another parody. I don't like. See, I think this is why I've stopped watching a lot of YouTube content on the hobby, because it's just crafting and you're not really learning anything new. It's just the same old. It's become the same old.
yes.
And it's just getting a bit boring. I used to love like Miniac and stuff like that, and I probably haven't watched one of his videos in a year.
I've not watched anything of Scott's either for a while. I've watched John more than I have Scott.
I haven't watched any of his either, because it's the same. They're both the same.
Well, yes,
Lovely guys. It's boring.
It is once you've seen it 40, 50, 60 times.
Yeah.
It's like, right, okay, I
think
get how to do that technique now. I've just got
one
practice.
reason why I like Dave's channel so much, because it's much more varied.
Well, Dave's got the added bonus that he's been in that side of that type of business. So he's been in the movie sound effect,
He was a sound guy, wasn't he?
So he gets to put a lot more of that into practice, whereas anyone who's just from this side and just hobby.
Well, like his last video was just that was a video about film editing. That one, it wasn't a minis video, or a gaming video. Really, it was about how shit they edited Aliens 3.
Yeah, he just happened to put a model in there to placate the ones that wanted a model.
Yeah, keep it in the niche.
Yep. But yeah, he does a lot of work on. I mean, he took that entire year off, not doing any Warhammer.
I was gonna, because obviously there's like loads of fields around me now, because I live in the outback. So I was gonna strap my camera to me and then run down one of the lanes, and then like put audio in the background of an alien screeching. And then I get to then obviously this is a sliding door behind this, so I was going to open that, and then I was going to get my mate to throw my dog at me, like a chest burster.
Just
Like a face hugger. Sorry. So yeah, then there was going to be fisticuffs with the dog down in this car.
Oh, your poor dog.
Oh, it would have been funny. She would.
It would have been hilarious.
And then I was going to have my my son run, my little one, he's 4, run through with a little army hat on, with a Nerf gun, and then he'd scream, "Get back, you bitch!" and then shoot me, and I'd drop the camera and call me little shit, stuff like that. And like the end of it was going to be, I've bought everything for it. So like I've got fake blood, I've got tattoo artist skin, you know, that they practice on. And I was going to have a miniature, a miniature alien burst out of my chest at the end, and then I was going to get Andrew to do some time lapse, stop motion, whatever you call it. The alien turning or facing the camera and then fucking off. Stuff like that. I had loads of ideas for it, but
have you seen the end of Spaceballs?
Hey,
have you seen Spaceballs?
Yes, I've got that. Yeah.
Oh, good. So you'll know exactly the scene I was on about. I'm thinking of then when you said burst out your chest and stop motion to do something. Obviously, they had it on a wire, animatronic it, but
yeah, you
could do that stop motion if you knew someone who could do claymation, even remotely.
I was just going to lay there very still, and then get him to just move it, and then take a picture, move it, you know.
Yeah. move it a tiny bit, take a picture.
Yeah. The problem is I just don't have the technical know-how to like light it well and everything like that.
Funnily enough, we both spoke to a person who might be able to help you with that. And he's been mentioned a couple of times already.
What, Mr. Walker?
Yes, Mr. Walker.
Yeah.
He may be at least be able to give you a tip or two.
Yeah,
don't use sodium, use this. Don't use that, use this.
Yeah.
Try and give you some guidance.
For it, really.
We never have the time for it. That's why we have to cut it out and make sure we get the time.
Do you know what really ruined the Space Odyssey one? Because obviously I've got my own.
We're getting Graham going around his office now.
Don't worry,
people. He's safe. You have a Hector.
I do.
I know it's not Hector. Is it a jelly something?
Yeah, jelly cat.
Jellycat, that's the one. Yeah, and they're bloody expensive. They've released
them all. So, and you see, I remember because when I'd gone to ChillCon, I took Dave, and I remember Hector being there, and he was like, "I'm really precious because he's worth about $1,000." So when they re-released him, I was like, "I'm fucking getting one."
Yep, you're not getting another chance. We can grab it now.
And I actually said to Dave, "Can I put it in the video?" Because obviously Hal, who's the main character in Space Odyssey?
It's Hal.
Well, no, Hal's the computer.
Yeah, but he's the main character. He's the one they've got to argue with all the time. He's the one who's taking.
Yeah, but who's the human? The surviving human.
Dave.
Dave. So it's like Hector needs to be in there because Hector, you see, Hal was going to keep calling me Dave, even though I'm Graham. So I was going to get more and more irate at you calling me Dave because it's distinct. It was a parody on like the state of AI and like creative and stuff like that. So it was a bit of a statement as well. You know, it was
it can't get past your
message. But
it's auto default is to refer to you as Dave.
Yeah, Hector was going to appear, and I was going to tell him to fuck off. I'm not Dave. And then it was,
But
you
you
know,
are,
just as
Dave.
a little cameo.
And
I mean,
then just
Dave
have
gave
Al
his
in the
blessing
background
for
going,
that.
but you are Dave Graham.
Mm.
And then carry it. Oh,
Well, the twist at the end was that the AI would call me Graham.
so the twist is it when it
As in,
actually
he
gets
knew
you
all
right,
along. He was just trying to wind me up.
and it was working,
Yeah.
being the joke that this AI is now able to crack one against a human and get it convinced.
I still want to do it. It's such a good thing, but like
it sounds
I
doable.
needed to do a load of it outdoors, and this start. So I wrote the screen, like the storyboard, back in probably late December, mid January. I wrote it,
Okay,
and it did nothing but piss it down for 6 months, didn't it?
yes. Well, it might. Wait a minute. Bear in mind, I live in Manchester, so it does nothing but piss it down for 12
Well,
months.
I mean, I'm near York. I'm no different.
it just pisses down for 12 months, not 6.
Yeah, so
it raining.
I needed
You're
to
not gonna
find a
look.
spot to do the filming because, like, I wanted to do the gorilla bit at the beginning.
Where they find the monolith.
Yeah, but it was going to be like so the first iteration was going to be like just a lump of clay, and then he sticks his fingers in it to make a smiley face or something like that. And then the second iteration would be me. So I've got a lot of polymer clay, and I was going to make I was going to try and sculpt a like a rogue trader space marine.
Oh, one of the so he's one of more of the beaky.
Yeah,
like,
so beaky boy. Yeah, like one of these beaky boys. And then it would like pan out, like the third iteration would be the AI, and it's made the Primaris, because obviously they do all that on computers now, don't they?
Yeah, all the bloody design work's done on there. They even 3D print their own bloody testings. They don't even print them off.
Yeah. So that was the idea behind it.
I still think
I'm a bit. I'm not too bad like this on camera. This is fine. But jumping around, running around, jumping around, pretending to be a monkey is something different. And I don't really want to buy. I outlaid that much. I mean, I've got a £350 drone there that I bought just for that video.
At the moment, I'm just cutting out a couple of small pieces. I need about 4 that I'm going to glue in place, and then I'm going to call tonight quits. But however, if you hold around after the show, I believe you can have a very nice drone conversation. I believe you could have a very nice drone conversation.
What do you mean?
Has he left?
What?
There was somebody else in the basement, but they seem to have disappeared now.
All right.
And they are also a quite into their drones.
I'm not massively into my drones. I did actually. I filmed the fireworks in our village, which was pretty cool.
I like the way you say
Saturday.
in your village, because it makes it sound so much nicer than what I get to say, which is on our estate.
It just was for me a year ago.
On our estate, we had to bolt the gates back on so they didn't nick off with them for fire. Now it's in my village.
I fully appreciate how lucky I am, having grown up on an estate.
You don't grow up on estates. You get dragged up.
Yeah.
Or kicked up, depending on which side of the estate you're on.
Yeah.
Luckily, I got the dragged up side.
The drug dealer living opposite us. It was awesome.
Oh, just the one?
No, actually, there were a few. It was we used to have. It became a weekly event almost, where we had the police come and do raids. I remember one time there was a drug bust that went wrong. Sorry, no, not a drug bust. Someone someone had got wind that there was going to be a cake of heroin arrive at someone's house on our street.
Oh, so yeah, they taxed it.
So they tried to. It turned into a hostage situation because they went in with sawn-off shotguns and smoke grenades. Why the fuck did they have smoke grenades? I don't know, but they did. And there was no drugs.
Oh,
there was nothing there. So they ended up taking the people that were in the house hostage. People who I went to school with, actually, and they
Where's the drugs were?
the armed response were there and everything. It was nuts.
Yeah, essentially, Police Sirens still is the theme song for the estate I live on. I don't know whether that's good or bad, but it's the theme music that we get to hear every single day, without fail. Usually, just after some stupid kids have gone rushing up the street on little bikes, pulling wheelies and going up the main road.
Yeah.
When Buzzard came to visit me once, I told him to look out for the burnt out car to find my house. He thought I was joking until he saw said burnt out car and went, "Oh no, he wasn't. He's there."
Mm.
And I got to sit outside and watch the entire thing happen. They ran over, they smashed the car window, they took out what they wanted, they ran away, they stashed it, they ran back, they set fire to the car and then ran off again.
Yeah.
And I'm just sat there watching. Because I ain't getting involved, because in fairness, both of them had bats in their hand. And I was sat on a fishing chair in my yard. It wasn't in a condition to stop these gentlemen.
No.
So they were fully aware I was there, and yeah, they decided, no,
Yeah,
we got whatever's in that car. Oh no, they didn't, because they saw me once they ran back the first time. So they'd done the nick the stuff and ran off and spotted me. Ran back and spotted me, torched the car, and then still ran straight past me, not giving a flying fuck. That was there. Knowing that, well, we know where you live, mate. It's like, yeah, you know, shit. Yeah, I ain't saying shit. Oh, I've got drugs in my house. So, nope. Did you see anything happen? I saw it was on fire. That's it. But you pick up certain skills like that living on an estate. You don't open your mouth at certain points. And you do open your mouth at other points, like when the kids were trying to kick my fence down.
Yeah, I mean, we had one
you
drug dealer. The drug dealer, he drove his pickup straight through our front fence. He threatened my parents as well. He told them that if one day, because it was 90s, wasn't it? So like we had primary school like 100 meters down the road. We used to just walk there as little kids. You know, not like now. And yeah, he was threatening that we wouldn't be there one day when they went to pick us up and stuff like that. It was crazy.
I am so lucky because my mother was actually known on my estate for good reasons. She was known for good reasons. She wasn't known for bad reasons. But any of those wouldn't come near me because of my mother, who had a habit of taking a brick with her if she had to go deal with people.
Yeah.
So they knew full well that my mother was coming out with a brick in her hand to deal with anything that was going on. You saying what to my son? Nothing at all. Yeah,
I mean, I had bricks thrown at me as a kid, all sorts of stuff. It's crazy.
I had them thrown at me. None ever hit. I was quick enough to dodge, which was always nice. My sister's
that was outside of the school as well.
No, never outside the school. The school was reasonably all right. It was always at weekends and near the big field.
I had 2 fights outside of the primary school when I was in secondary school. I got racially attacked once, believe it or not.
Wait a minute, we're talking.
How weird is that? It's not. Yeah, it's supposed to be the other way around. Yeah.
In the areas
he ended up attacking me. It just escalated slowly over weeks and weeks and weeks, walking on right outside of the school. That's
See, that's
bizarre,
when you
was
should be
that?
picking up a stick. That's when you should be picking up a stick on your way home from school, knowing that full well that cunt's coming up. Like, look, he's gonna come
Yeah,
again.
and
I
then
know
the
he's
brick
coming again.
incident, same thing happened. It was a group of about 10 or 12 kids, and I was just on my own. And one day I decided I was going a different way to avoid them. And I was probably about 15 and they were about 12. And
So you don't want to.
I
You try
walked
to.
past the working men's club and they had loads of barrels full of bricks in them in
Barrels?
the car park. And I don't know why, but they did. They've been there for years. And I walked past to school and all of a sudden a brick flew literally through inches past my head.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I turned around, went straight up to the ringleader and eyed him against a tree, threatening to kill him.
Well, it's what you need to do, though. You can't really get away with that much this day
No,
and
not
age.
when there's like 10, 12 of them
Cameras.
and bricks are
Well, the
involved.
thing is, there might be 10, 12 of them, but 11 of them are going to have the cameras out. Which is so they're not doing anything.
It was a bit before then. You know.
Good evening, Kirsty. Just noticed Kirsty's popped in, and it is now 10 minutes till the end of the 2 hours, and I've got glue dry time to go on. Yay. So, just a quick recap of what I've actually done tonight for anyone who's, apart from talking to Graham, who's been a fantastic guest as always, which is why I will always have him up because he's a great person, as well as Joey, who was up here earlier. You two have not actually been on the panel at the same time, have you?
No.
No. That might be an interesting one. We shall see if that happens in the future. But for tonight, I have made 3 what are going to be the middle floor walkways. Very basic. Coffee stirrers, lolly sticks. At this point, if you're playing the hobby at this point and you can't make that, give up. I think Graham will agree at that point. If you can't make a rough square out of coffee stirrers and lollipop sticks at the age of 40, you should be giving up the hobby. So I've made 3 of those. I've made the corner wall to go in to finish off the section that doesn't have any windows for the church. I've started making the central spire, which is these 2 here that are held up with the 1, 2, 3 blocks. So next week is locating where the spire is going to go, and then trying to roof off everything else around it, where it's going to have a roof. With the nice weird one in the middle, I'm not sure quite how I'm going to do 4 peaks and 4 drops. It's gonna be like making one of them, one of them things where you go there, you know, when you open it up, one of them type of things. Like pick a number and you go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna be like making one of them but inverted. I've done it before when I had to build a rough scale of the local church, and it was a very rough build. There was no windows, there was no doors, there was no nothing. It was just walls. But whether or not I can do it again is a different matter. I will give it a try though. It might be the last thing I do. So for next week, what do we need to do? Graham, if you was going to carry on with this, what would you do next?
What?
So at the moment, I've got the 2 pieces of the central spire gluing together with a beam down, so I've got something to hold it. Which means obviously once they're glued, dried, they can then be brought up. 2 pieces put in, glued together into a nice square to go somewhere around here in the building. Then I've got the other 2 uprights, which obviously you can see roughly where they're going to go. About there. Then the spire is going to go about here. Ish. Now somehow I have to get roof points up to these. And up here as well. So it matches this line going up. Where would you do next? Would you put these in to attach to these? Or would you do this bit, or would you do the roof bits?
I'd probably do the first one because you'll end up with a frame that you can do the inclines on.
So that bit to that bit with,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah, because that's going to
that
give you that. Because then it's easier for you to then make the roof.
So then, then I've
Yeah.
got something to hold it steady while I push.
Yeah,
that
exactly that. Yeah. So you can brace it with
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow his advice.
it.
Lots of you to do this rather than follow mine, because I'm guaranteeing that most people have never read the description of my channel, which is this is for me to figure out how to do shit. I am not a tutorial channel. I'm a fuck around and find out channel. And as you see, I've been fucking around a lot tonight, and I found out it's hard.
That's fun, I love terrain building like that. It's fun.
It is. It's great. You find out as you go along.
That's why I've always liked doing dioramas. Like my scale modelling days, before I discovered miniatures, I used to do a lot of scale minis, scale models, and it was always a diorama. Always.
The only time I've only ever done one diorama in my life, and I believe it was for your Discord channel.
Yeah.
That is the only diorama I have ever done in my life.
Yeah, but you're halfway there, like building terrain.
Yeah, but this is so I can. This is for the cats. This is so an entire scenario can take place in this building.
Very nice.
For the cats, as an abandoned church that these awakened animals have taken residence in, because the humans don't use it anymore.
It was a fun idea.
Well, I've managed to convince 2 new players to give it a try, but one of them's a bit like, I'm only trying it because my missus is. So I've given them an out should he get bored halfway through, so she can go, right, okay, I know how to get him out of this now. We'll go make that cat attack a human.
Yeah.
Because although
I wanted to try and run a scenario on Discord, there's a few people that play D&D in there.
See, the only issue I have with Discord is, I mean, because you can get away with the map easy enough with just having a top camera like this. Whoever's running it, top down camera, done.
Yeah.
There you go, done. The only issue I have is the dice rolling. Because every time I've spoke to people about doing it on Discord, they've always insisted on having virtual dice rollers. And I'm like, well, no, the whole point of me liking these games is I enjoyed the action of rolling the dice and seeing what the result is.
Yeah.
So I'm quite happy to do this and have it pointing directly down at my dice tray.
Yeah.
And go,
Everyone
right,
else would have to do the same though, then otherwise it'd be based on trust, wouldn't it?
It would.
I think most people aren't going to lie, are they?
Well, I wouldn't, because I don't see the point in it, because the whole point is you might get a natural one, but it might turn out to actually work out in your favour depending on how the DM interprets it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you need to roll the dice and find out first, and then the DM decides what goes on afterwards.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you want to happen.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you roll a natural 20, in which case there's a good chance you get exactly what you want to happen.
Yeah.
But that's critical success. So I would prefer much prefer rolling dice than virtual dice. Trying to find other people of like mind who wish to do that is like, okay, that's.
I mean, Kagran will probably be. I think he's probably a dice roller man. He actually at Essen, the fucker made me go buy a set of dice.
Look, are they zinc?
He made me buy these.
Are they plastic?
Yeah. They're just they were the cheapest set I could get my hands on them. Half decent.
Okay.
He made me buy a set of dice because he insisted that we roll them rather than use the D&D Beyond.
Before I'd even played D&D, before I'd even had any of the books, my first Father's Day gift was a set of zinc D&D dice.
All right.
So I've got metal. Very, very, very nice. Think dark bolt gun. Essentially, zinc is really dark and shiny, but with sky blue numbers. and they're beautiful. They just weigh a ton, and I can't roll them with any plastic ones because they dent them. So if it's a single roll, I'll roll a metal one. If it's an advantage or a disadvantage, I'll take 2 plastics and roll them instead. I think I've got about 9 or 11 sets of dice, D&D dice.
Yeah, you sound like there's Anne, who's she's a friend of mine. She's my wife's friend. She's massive in the D&D, and again, I think she's a dice roller, not a.
Well, those are my 40k dice.
Yeah,
Those are just for 40k solely, which is why you'll find they're very rare to see now scatter dice in there.
yeah.
But I do have some D6. In fact, I will find them because they're quite fancy. And I think they were originally Games Workshop dice, but I can't remember now that I'm actually thinking about it. I've actually got to put some thought into something, so I can't remember. Where's my rogue dice? Essentially, I have a set of dice specifically for backstabbing for rogues, so they don't have to go looking for the right amount of damage. I know that there's and there's sparkles melt dice as well. Oh shit! That wasn't good. That was my paint holder tray, and I just snapped one of the legs off it. Yeah, so there's sparkles metal. No, they're plastic. I thought they were metal. So there's sparkles' dice, along with her absolutely whopping D20 that she's got. Which, if I can ever open the bloody bag, because I can never open this thing. It does come in a very nice bag. But I'm definitely becoming a bit of a dice goblin. Definitely becoming a bit of a dice goblin. I get into this bag. Why can't I get into this bag? So she's got one.
Hank bought one of them. While we're at Essen.
Yeah, absolutely huge D20.
Mm.
But then that bag is just full of sets of D20s. So there's one set, there's 2 sets, there's 3, 4, 5, 6 sets in there, and all my rogue dice are them ones.
Oh, they're nice.
Now these actually came with. Do you remember the ammunition tins, the little green ones, and they came with little skull stamps? No. We've talked about 10, 12 years ago from Games Workshop.
Oh well, I've only really discovered Games Workshop in the last 2 years.
Ah, right. Well, yeah, about a decade ago, they sold a set of these as wound trackers, and you put them on a little servo skull stand.
Yeah.
But obviously, having quite a few of them now, I've kept them in a bag, and they've now become my backstab dice for rogues.
Yeah. They're nice.
So keep them nice and separate, and you can go, right, okay, how much do you backstab damage? And then they can roll however many d6 they need to roll at that time. As well as God knows how many of those things that I have now.
Oh, I've got loads of them.
Yep. I've started putting them in here because I'm running out of space in the wall in my box.
Yeah, that's just full of them.
Yep. The amount of white dice that you end up collecting is stupid. Especially when you buy issue 1s of things like Combat Patrols and any of those Hachette starter packs. If you buy more than one copy of issue 1, you're getting loads of dice.
Yeah. I got them from Storm thing here as well. That other magazine, the AOS magazine.
Oh, Stormbringer.
Yeah, man, I've got 2 boxes up there full of minis that they're still on sprue.
And even Twist has just turned around and said, the Discord, yeah, white dice, everybody's got loads of these. I'm actually going to put it in because that pretty much fills the tub there.
I've got 10 issues now of Combat Patrol, and I haven't even opened a single packet.
10 issues? Issue 9's only just come out.
I'm on the subscription. So I've already got 10.
So that means you've got the librarian.
Yes.
Oh, I
But
hate
I've already
getting
got
to
2
Wednesday.
librarians because I've got 2 of the
Leviathan box sets.
Leviathan box sets, all sealed. I've got, and I
And mine's
actually, well, I bought 2 because I thought it's a bit of an investment because I know it'll go up in value.
I agree with you on that one because the starter sets, they don't get the Screamer Killer. They don't get.
Well, the thing is, as well, it's like £2 a Space Marine, and how much is it now? I think it worked out an average of £2 per model in that box set.
Yeah, no, it's more than that. It's more than that now because what you get is like £3.5
Yeah,
quid.
exactly. And by the time next edition comes out, it'll go up in value, just like the previous one.
Especially because you're getting the Stern Guard in there as well, are an absolute bargain of a. That unit is fantastic, and I'm gutted that they're not in the starter boxes.
Yeah,
I would prefer them over the Terminators. Well, no,
yeah, and then I actually, because I wanted. So when Leviathan first came out, I got one from Games Workshop from the website because I wanted the boards it came with. So I've got a set of them because the idea was I'd heard that it was simplified, so I was going to actually try and learn it, but I've not found the time.
No, and then it's bullshit. It's not simplified.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
It is not. They brought keywords back into it. They broke the rule of 10 on the toughness and strength charts.
Yeah. I think if I play it, I'll play Combat Patrol because me and 9th edition, we just about managed a Combat Patrol, and that was it. We couldn't really, neither of us could really compute much more than that.
Yeah, I'll probably play the Combat Patrol as well. I think Twist has just said something, but because he's on Discord and. All right, so yeah, he's got 4 Terminator Librarians and that Terminator Chaplain too.
Yeah, so I've got in here.
I do have a Terminator Chaplain. It's the one on bike that I'm missing. I
In
think
this
that's the
box,
Chaplain I'm missing. I've
got 200 of these.
200 of. Oh, yeah. They're Hormagaunts, correct?
Yep. And this.
Yeah, they're Hormagaunts.
This.
Hormagaunts are the ones I go.
So
pew, pew.
I wanted so.
Yeah, we'll just take that down so it's not quite as big.
So I've got this. Hang on. So I've got this. Yeah.
Oh.
Me black. Me cob's
yeah.
black.
Yeah.
So I made this. So this base is supposed to be temporary. This is going to be a crashed ship eventually. One day. I've got a diorama planned. So this crashed. Now, when I first went into Warhammer, I went with the roll of call, and I was like, Death Watch.
Yep, fair enough.
And then I discovered that they're a nightmare to play.
Yes, they're a shit army, but they look cool as fuck. I
bought Combat Patrol. I bought pretty much everything that you can get Death Watch. I bought it all. And then once I discovered it's impossible to play with as a beginner.
They're not impossible to play with.
Too difficult. It's for someone who plays casually, it's too much.
Yeah, you need a casual player to play against. So you don't want anyone who's taking anything even equivalent to a tournament, even remotely. You want someone who's playing pure fluff.
Yeah. So I was like, right, what do I do with all these models I've bought? Because I'm not going to play with them. So I was like, diorama. I want to build a diorama. So I've got all the foam. I've just thrown all the foam away, actually. But I basically had a diorama planned out. I was going to have tunnels and all sorts. And the idea was I was going to redo Tiamat.
As in the multiple-headed dragon?
No, so these are like greeny hue. So there's the Tiamat.
High Fleet Tiamat, right? Okay.
Yeah, High Fleet. Well, they're settled in
I've
the
got
system.
D&D brain as well going on. So
they were discovered by the Death Watch, and they had a librarian with them. and the
Okay.
librarian's head exploded because
That
of
makes
the
sense.
psychic energies and stuff like that. So I was
Shadow
like,
Noir.
well, there's no fucking way that I'm using a £25 model to just have its head blown off and laying on the ground when you can't see any of it. So I spent £8 on an STL. So I've got the STL file for
So you can just.
the new librarian. So I can print as
Oh.
many of them as I want.
That's nice. That's handy. That's
So
very
I was
handy.
literally going to have just use the other one and have his head blown off. But I was going to have that Corvus Black Star was going to be crashed, and I've got a Terminator Captain, Deathwatch Terminator Captain with his arm up, with his sword up, and then I was going to have the Deathwatch veterans in a semicircle around it, so that flamethrowers going and all sorts, and all lit up and everything. And while there's a swarm of 200 Hormagaunts swarming them, massive.
That's actually quite a decent start for an army. Stick them with your Leviathan box sets. You've got a nice force there. That's how my Tyranid force started.
Well, I actually
two halves of Leviathan.
Most of these I bought from a guy on from a Facebook group, and he actually had like 400 of these, and played a massive swarm army against someone. It was the pictures on Instagram.
Oh dear. Well, that's how you would play it, and that's how you'd expect to win with them. Because with the rules as they're running at the moment, you can either give them lethal hits against infantry, or you can give them devastating wounds against vehicles and monsters.
Yeah.
So charging that many of those little fuckers forwards with either lethal hits against infantry or devastating wounds against vehicles, depending, of course, what you're playing against the majority of, and they become nasty little shits. Which is why I'm kind of putting off playing my missus at 40k at the minute, because she's going to be using my Tyranids. And, well, I built the fucking army, so I know what he's capable of, and I know that I don't have anything to deal with the big stuff in my Space Marine army. Except I have one unit and one model that could deal damage to the big stuff.
Right.
In my Space Marine army, and I don't particularly want to put Centurion Devastators in there, nor do I want to put the Ballistus Dreadnought in there. Because the Ballistus Dreadnought's going to get popped, and so are the Centurion Devastators. And they're the only things really that are going to be able to deal with them fucking Norn and the Carnifexes. So 2 Screamer Killers, 2 Norns, 2 Psychophages, 2 what's the new Tyrant called? The big brain one that's in the Leviathan box set.
All right, yeah, I know what you mean.
No, is it Neurotyrant?
I don't know.
No, well, 2 of those in there with their accompanying 11-man units, and then I think at the moment it's going to clock in at about 60 Hormagaunts. No, 60 Termagants.
Nice.
All steaming forward. Everything's got a 6+ feel no pain. Lots of things getting invulnerable save, and everything's always in synapse range.
Yeah. I saw the new Kill Team box set. Yeah. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I was a bit disappointed that all the they've cheaped out on all the terrain in it.
Yeah, it's gone to MDF.
Cardboard.
Essentially, and the really annoying thing is, it's this stuff. Sorry, I'll make me big again. Actually, I forgot you're up big. It's this stuff. That's all it is. It's the same things as this, just 2D.
Yeah.
So it's slots and then done. And it's like, well, you've already made it 3D once. Why don't you just stick this stuff back?
They're just cheaping out. They're cheaping out and using it as an excuse. I was a bit disappointed by that. I mean, I've got the again up in the loft sealed the previous edition of Kill Team.
The one where you got the Orcs and the Krieg.
Yeah.
See, that was
I'm not gonna lie, I bought it for the Krieg.
Yeah, everybody did. Everybody who bought that box said buy it for the Krieg. But it was a good box set, and the terrain was half decent as well.
Yeah.
got-
It was really good value, I think. And I got it at Warhammer World, and I think it was about 45 quid.
45 quid
Yeah, something like.
for the starter box.
And
with
this
the
one's
terrain.
70, I think, in my local shop. Something
I
like
would
that.
have to. I can't remember where I got my last one from. I know it was in York, but I can't remember where. So I'm going to have to kind of look, and hopefully you'll be able to tell me. Right. So if I was to walk down past the shambles and then
Traveling Man.
onto. No, I don't think it was Traveling Man. It might have been. I might be completely wrong. This is why I'm asking. You might know. And it was near. So what? Yeah, down past the shambles, past the little side street that has the tiny shop in. That you couldn't even.
Oh yeah.
So you got that tiny shop. You go past that, and then you cross the road near Greg's. Is that Traveling Man?
No.
No. Right. So wherever that is.
The only
Is where I
the
got-
only shops that sell Warhammer in York City Centre is Boyce's, which is a department store. They sell a little bit, but you wouldn't have got a Kill Team box set there.
No, it wasn't there. Where was
The actual Warhammer shop itself, or Travelling Man. Did you have to go upstairs to get it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Travelling Man.
So it was right. So it was Traveling Man then. Right,
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out because I've now got a map up of York. Because if I'm
Boyce's
going back
is
there, it
actually
does
just down the road, and it's worthwhile if you are in the market buying anything, just nipping over and seeing if it's cheaper in Boyce's, because sometimes it's cheaper than Travelling Man, sometimes vice versa.
Right. Okay. So let's try looking for Traveling Man York because I can't seem to find it on the bloody map.
It's not far from where you were talking.
The thing is, I've been there because I was able to describe roughly where it was.
Yeah.
So it's not like I know I've been there. Right. So there's Traveling Man. And where did you say the other one was? What was the other one called?
Boys, Boyes. It's
BOY.
literally, it's about $20 further down. If you walked from the Travelling Man, if you walked towards the Minster, you would find it.
So we're going up. What is that? Goodrum
So,
Gate.
It's opposite the National Trust shop, which is on like a fork in the road, and literally at one end of the fork is the Minster, and then one fork goes back towards Travelling Man, and the other one goes out.
Yes, I believe I found that fork, which is Deangate and College Street.
Yeah.
I think. Does that sound about right?
I've no idea. I don't know. I'm not very good with it. You won't believe
Oh,
I'm a York
boys.
boy.
There it is.
I'm not a
There
York.
it is.
I'm a York boy. I've lived in York most of my life, but yeah, I'm not very good with street names. I just know where everything is.
I have at least found the website for this place. It is not giving me very much.
No, the shops are varied because it's like in Malton, which is the town next to where I live. They have a Boys there, but they don't sell Warhammer, which is really fucking annoying. Because our local country store sells Warhammer, but it's RRP, whereas Boys do 20% off in York.
Right. Yeah.
But they do Colour Forge at my local one, which is nice.
Oh, Colour Forge. That's basically 3D printed in colour thingy, isn't it? In colour.
No, the tint spray paint.
Oh, well, what am I thinking of then? I'm thinking of Hero Forge. I'm a dick.
Yeah.
At least I'll admit it. It's like, I was thinking of something completely different. So, right. Sparkles is not going to be happy with you now because now I have more places to go to in York. When we go at the end, we've got to go check out Boys, not them type of boys. and then explain to her what type of boys I mean. And then it's
There's a nice
shot.
pub opposite.
Well, we have been looking. Hopefully, we can find somewhere nice to go to eat in York. We're wondering.
You won't have to look
bloody.
There's a lot of
Well,
good
you
places.
say that. You say that, but we've been looking online. It's like, well, we have no idea what these
Do you
places
like?
are like.
So like, I'm really annoyed because my son's scared of trains. My 40-year-old.
Right.
So we took a train into York. Fucking 3 of us, 40 quid. It would have cost us 5 quid to drive.
Yeah.
But
We're
anyway,
getting the train, but we don't drive.
So we took the train in to York, and I've forgotten what I was saying.
It's all right. I'll let you think about what you're saying while I say good night to everybody.
I'm falling asleep.
Thank you to everybody coming to join us. Kirsty, thank you, and good night. Good night, Ali. Night Sparkles upstairs. Thank you, Buzzard, Joey, Francois, Steve, Graham, of course, who was also in the chat and is down below me, keeping me here chatting away quite happily. Thank you, Angie, and anybody else who I have missed. I'll be back again on Wednesday to do the Combat Patrol magazine, and it'll either be Wednesday night or Thursday night that I do the cats, depending on when my mother-in-law's around. So we'll find that out. But until then, I will definitely see you on Wednesday morning. So drive safe, everyone, and I will see you then.